Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pause for a moment and think deeply about something. It's a simple question, yet one that holds the key to unlocking some of the most powerful and meaningful connections in your life. Here it is. What if the most powerful force in a relationship, the thing that drives devotion, passion, and commitment, is not something you do for someone else, but something you unlock within yourself? You see, every single one of us, no matter who we are, has the ability to transform our reality, to step into a version of ourselves that is magnetic, compelling, and irresistibly attractive. But it all begins with you. So let me tell you something. Men will risk everything for you, but only if you embody one key thing. And that thing, my friends, is your own energy. Energy is the invisible thread that binds all human connection. It's not about what you say. It's not about what you do. It's about who you are. It's about the way you carry yourself, the way you show up in the world, and most importantly, the way you show up for yourself. Think about it for a moment. You can see it in people, can't you? The ones who are truly magnetic, they don't chase after love. They don't manipulate or control. No, they are grounded in their own energy. They are in tune with their own truth. And from that place, they create an atmosphere where everything around them begins to align with their energy. When you are deeply connected to your own power, when you operate from a space of wholeness and not need, people can't help but be drawn to you. And when someone is drawn to you in that way, they are compelled to protect, cherish, and yes, risk everything to be a part of your world. But here's the secret. You cannot give what you do not have. You cannot expect someone to give you love if you are not first willing to give love to yourself. You cannot expect someone to believe in your potential if you do not believe in your own. And most importantly, you cannot attract devotion if you are not first deeply devoted to yourself. Now you might be thinking, but how do I tap into that power? How do I become that kind of person? The answer is simpler than you think. It starts with the way you think. It starts with the stories you tell yourself. Every thought, every belief you have about yourself and your worth, this is the energy you put into the world. Your mind creates your reality, and your energy aligns with that reality. When you change the way you think, you change the way you feel, and when you change the way you feel, you change the energy you emit. You begin to radiate confidence, joy, and peace, qualities that are impossible to ignore. People are attracted to that vibration. It becomes magnetic. They will want to be near you, protect you, support you. They will want to risk everything to keep that energy in their lives. So here's what I want you to do. Step into your power. Begin by loving yourself. Start by trusting yourself. Release the limiting beliefs that have held you back. Stop seeking validation from the outside world and begin creating your own inner validation. The moment you do, you will become a force that can move mountains. And yes, you will become someone others will risk everything for. You are the key to your own transformation. You hold within you the ability to create the kind of love, joy, and devotion that you've always wanted. Now, go ahead, step into your power, transform your energy, and watch as the world around you shifts. Thank you. Energy is the unseen force that influences every aspect of our lives. It's the way we move through the world, the vibration we emit, and the frequency that others can sense. Everything around us is energy, from the objects we touch to the people we interact with. The truth is we are constantly exchanging energy with those around us, whether we're conscious of it or not. This exchange is powerful and often more influential than we realize. When we're in a positive, high-energy state, we naturally attract the same. Our internal energy sets the tone for our experiences, the people we meet, and the opportunities that present themselves. It's like a magnetic force that draws certain things into our lives and repels others. People are drawn to us when we emit positive energy, when we are confident, grounded, and aligned with our purpose. This energy can create deep connections with others, allowing us to build meaningful relationships and foster an environment where trust, love, and support thrive. On the other hand, when we operate from a place of low energy, perhaps from fear, stress, or insecurity, we may inadvertently push people away. Our energy becomes clouded, and it becomes more difficult to attract the things we desire. In these moments, it's important to pause and reflect on what we are truly putting into the world, because our energy not only affects our own well-being, but also the dynamics we share with others. By understanding the power of our energy, we can consciously shift our vibrations to align with the things we want in life. We begin to create the life we want to experience, not by force or effort, but by simply being the highest version of ourselves. Transformation is the process of change, often at a deep and fundamental level. It goes beyond surface-level adjustments and taps into the very core of who we are. True transformation begins within, as it involves shifting our internal beliefs, thoughts, and patterns. It's not something that happens overnight, but rather through consistent awareness and intentional effort. Every choice, every thought, every action contributes to this ongoing process, whether we realize it or not. What makes transformation so powerful is that it's not just about changing external circumstances, it's about evolving the way we perceive ourselves and the world. When we change our internal landscape, the external world begins to reflect that shift. It's like planting a seed in the soil of our mind, nurturing it and watching it grow into something entirely new. But transformation requires us to let go of what no longer serves us. Old habits, limiting beliefs, and fears that hold us back from stepping into our full potential. In this process, we may encounter resistance. It's natural to face discomfort when we are stepping outside of our comfort zones. The fear of the unknown or the fear of failure can be overwhelming, but transformation is about pushing through those fears and breaking through barriers. It's about acknowledging that growth often comes from moments of uncertainty. As we challenge ourselves, we become more resilient, more confident, and more aligned with our true essence. Transformation is not just a destination, but an ongoing journey. Every step forward is a manifestation of the internal shifts we make. The more we commit to this path of growth, the more we realize that the power to change our lives always resides within us. And the key to unlocking that change lies in our willingness to embrace it. Self-love is the foundation of everything in our lives. It's the practice of accepting ourselves fully, embracing our strengths and imperfections, and honoring our own worth without needing validation from others. When we truly love ourselves, we stop seeking approval from the outside world. Instead, we begin to trust our own instincts, make decisions that align with our values, and prioritize our own well-being. Self-love is not about being narcissistic or selfish. It's about recognizing that we are deserving of the same compassion, care, and respect that we often extend to others. When we cultivate self-love, we change the way we show up in the world. We become more confident in who we are, and as a result, we attract people who value us for our authenticity. This inner security allows us to set healthy boundaries, make choices that support our growth, and create relationships that are balanced and fulfilling. Without self-love, we often seek external sources to fill the void within us, which leads to unhealthy attachments and a lack of genuine connection. The journey to self-love isn't always easy. It requires us to challenge negative self-talk, break free from old patterns, and heal from past wounds. But it is one of the most empowering things we can do. By learning to love ourselves, we give ourselves permission to pursue our dreams, express our true desires, and take risks without fear of rejection or failure. Self-love is also about forgiveness, letting go of guilt, shame, and regret, and embracing the idea that we are worthy of love just as we are, no matter our past mistakes or flaws. When we embody self-love, we become the best version of ourselves, ready to create the life we've always desired. Confidence is the quiet strength that comes from knowing who you are and standing firmly in your truth. It's not about being loud, brash, or trying to prove yourself to others. True confidence is an inner knowing that allows you to trust yourself, your decisions, and your abilities. It's the foundation that supports every action, relationship, and goal you pursue. When you are confident, you walk through the world with a sense of ease, and that energy naturally attracts others to you. Confidence comes from experience and practice, but it also arises from self-acceptance. It's about embracing who you are, your strengths and your flaws, and understanding that you are enough just as you are. Many people mistakenly believe that confidence means being perfect or flawless, but it's actually the opposite. Confidence thrives when we embrace our imperfections and are unafraid to show up authentically without the need for validation. Building confidence starts with small steps. It involves setting and achieving goals, no matter how minor they may seem, and celebrating each victory. With each accomplishment, big or small, you reinforce the belief in your own abilities. But confidence also involves being vulnerable and willing to fail. It's through the challenges and setbacks that we grow the most. Each time you rise after a fall, you become more resilient and your confidence deepens. It's also important to note that confidence is contagious. When you radiate confidence, you inspire others to believe in themselves as well. People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured, and this attraction opens the door to more opportunities, deeper connections, and greater success. Confidence is not about being perfect, but about trusting that you are capable and worthy of all the good things life has to offer. Magnetism is a powerful force that draws people, opportunities, and experiences toward you. It's not about trying to attract others or manipulating situations to your advantage. Instead, magnetism comes from being deeply connected to your authentic self and radiating a positive, confident energy. When you are in alignment with who you truly are, when you operate from a place of genuine self-assurance and passion, you become a magnet for what you desire. This magnetic quality stems from being fully present and engaged in your own life. It's about living with purpose and intention, without needing external approval or validation. People are naturally drawn to individuals who are unapologetically themselves, who live in a way that feels real and effortless. When you are grounded in your own energy, others can sense it. They feel safe, inspired, and uplifted around you. This sense of ease and authenticity creates an invisible pull that connects you with others on a deeper level. Magnetism is also about your energy field. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you express your emotions. All of these factors influence the energy you project. When you are aligned with your highest potential, you begin to emanate an energy that attracts similar vibrations. It's a frequency of joy, confidence, and openness that others can't help but be drawn to. But magnetism isn't something that can be faked. It's about being true to your values, your desires, and your own growth. When you trust in your own worth and purpose, the world around you begins to reflect that trust. Magnetism becomes a natural byproduct of living a life that is in harmony with your deepest truths, creating an environment where positive connections and opportunities flourish effortlessly. Empowerment is the process of taking full responsibility for your life and your choices. It's about recognizing that you have the ability to create the reality you desire, regardless of external circumstances or past experiences. When you feel empowered, you no longer see yourself as a victim of life's challenges. Instead, you take ownership of your thoughts, actions, and reactions, knowing that you hold the power to shape your future. Empowerment comes from within, and it begins with a mindset shift. A decision to no longer rely on others to determine your worth or your path. At its core, empowerment is about self-belief. It's about trusting that you are capable of overcoming obstacles and achieving your goals, even when faced with uncertainty. The most empowered individuals don't wait for permission or external validation. They take inspired action, even when the path ahead is unclear. They know that every setback is an opportunity to learn, grow, and move closer to their desires. Empowerment also involves setting boundaries, saying no when necessary, and making choices that align with your values and vision for your life. When you empower yourself, you become your own source of strength and motivation. You no longer look outside of yourself for reassurance, but instead you tap into your own internal resources. This self-reliance fuels confidence and resilience, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with a sense of purpose and direction. Empowerment is also contagious. It spreads to others, inspiring them to step into their own power. By living empowered, you become a living example of what is possible when you choose to take control of your life and create the reality you deserve. Connection is the invisible thread that ties us all together. It's the deep bond that transcends words and physical presence, allowing us to share experiences, emotions, and energies with others. Connection is what makes us human. It's the foundation of every meaningful relationship, whether with friends, family, or romantic partners. It goes beyond superficial interactions and touches the essence of who we are, creating a sense of belonging and understanding. True connection happens when we are vulnerable and open, when we allow ourselves to be seen for who we truly are. It's in those moments of authenticity, where we are no longer hiding behind walls or pretending to be something we're not, that real connection occurs. It requires trust, empathy, and the willingness to step outside of ourselves and meet others where they are. When we connect deeply with others, we share not just our experiences, but our energy. We become attuned to their feelings, their thoughts, and their needs, creating a bond that is both nourishing and powerful. Connection also happens when we are present. In a world filled with distractions, being truly present with someone is one of the greatest gifts we can give. It's about listening deeply, being engaged in the moment, and giving our full attention. When we are present, we create space for others to feel heard, seen, and valued. In addition, connection isn't just limited to people, it extends to everything we encounter. It's about finding harmony with the world around us, whether that's through nature, art, or our work. The more we connect with our environment, the more we strengthen our internal sense of peace and purpose. Connection is what enriches our lives, giving us the love, support, and understanding we need to thrive. Devotion is the unwavering commitment to something or someone that transcends mere obligation. It's about giving your energy, your heart, and your time to something you deeply believe in without expecting anything in return. Whether it's to a person, a cause, or a personal goal, devotion involves a deep sense of loyalty, focus, and passion. It's not driven by external rewards, but by an internal desire to fully engage and show up, no matter the challenges or obstacles. True devotion requires discipline and perseverance. It's about making consistent choices that align with your values and long-term vision. It's easy to be devoted when things are going well, but devotion is truly tested during times of adversity. In those moments, devotion becomes a powerful force that keeps you moving forward, even when you feel like giving up. It's about staying committed to the journey, knowing that each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. Devotion also requires self-awareness. It's about being clear on what you value most and dedicating yourself to those things with a sense of purpose. When you are devoted to something, you become deeply connected to it. It becomes a part of who you are. This connection fosters a sense of fulfillment and meaning, as you are constantly engaged in something that adds value to your life or the lives of others. In relationships, devotion builds trust and security. When you are devoted to another person, they feel valued and supported, and in turn, they become more likely to invest in the relationship as well. Devotion creates a bond that is unbreakable because it is built on mutual respect, understanding, and a shared commitment to something greater than individual desires. Belief is the foundation of every action we take, every decision we make, and every success we experience. It's the inner conviction that shapes our reality and directs our path forward. Belief is not just about trusting in the possibility of achieving something, it's about having unwavering faith in your own potential and capacity to overcome obstacles. When you believe in yourself, the world opens up. You begin to see opportunities where others see challenges, and you take action with confidence, knowing that you have the strength to succeed. Belief is deeply tied to mindset. It's the lens through which you view the world and interpret your experiences. If you believe that you are capable and deserving of success, you will approach life with a sense of purpose and determination. Conversely, if you doubt yourself and your abilities, you may unconsciously limit your potential and hold yourself back from taking the necessary steps to achieve your goals. Belief shapes the choices you make and influences the way you respond to adversity. Belief is also contagious. When you believe in yourself, you inspire others to believe in you too. People are naturally drawn to those who have confidence in their vision, their abilities, and their worth. This belief creates a positive feedback loop where your actions and energy motivate others to support and uplift you. In relationships, whether personal or professional, belief is a cornerstone. When you believe in the potential of others, you empower them to rise to their highest potential as well. The most powerful thing about belief is that it can be cultivated. Even if you don't feel confident or capable in the moment, you can start to shift your mindset and build a belief system that aligns with your goals. Over time, this belief becomes the driving force that propels you towards success. Attraction is the magnetic force that draws people, opportunities, and experiences into your life. It's not something you force or manipulate. It's a natural result of the energy you emit and the mindset you cultivate. Attraction begins with you. It's the way you carry yourself, the way you express your confidence, and the way you live in alignment with your deepest desires and values. When you are truly connected to yourself, when you are grounded in your authenticity, you become naturally attractive to the right people and situations. This attraction is often about the energy you project. It's not about trying to impress others or meeting their expectations. It's about living in a way that reflects your inner truth. People are drawn to those who are comfortable in their own skin, those who show up without masks and without the need to prove anything. When you are at peace with who you are, you send out a vibration that resonates with others, creating a connection that feels genuine and effortless. Attraction is also about alignment. When your actions are in harmony with your goals, you begin to pull the things you want into your life. This alignment comes from setting clear intentions, staying focused on what truly matters, and making choices that support your vision. As you embody the life you want to create, you begin to attract the people and opportunities that are in line with your highest aspirations. But attraction goes beyond just physical or surface level qualities. It's about the energy, mindset, and intentions behind your actions. When you lead with authenticity, when you stay true to who you are and what you stand for, you naturally draw in the right people and experiences, creating an environment of abundance and growth.